Transparency. Transparency Talks Podcast with Butta B-Rocka. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transparency Talks Podcast. Listen, today we have an amazing show for you guys. I'm super excited about this show. The show is near and dear to me for a lot of reasons. But before I get to bring on our guests, I want you guys to make sure that while all of this craziness is going on in the world, make sure that you have a sane mind and you're doing things to elevate yourself. Make sure that you're exercising. Make sure that you're being creative. This has been a time that a lot of people has been able to be creative. I wrote a book called Fear of Failure, Fear of Not Trying. If you have not got it, make sure that you go get it. It is an Amazon best-selling book. I became a best-selling author and hottest new release in 7 hours of my pre-release. So make sure that you get the book and support it and everything. But without further ado, I have two special young gentlemen on the other line that I'm super excited to bring on. Like I said, they're near and dear to my heart for many reasons. They are the CEO founders of Defiant One's Teen Magazine. But more importantly, they are my children. Hello.
Hey, Mama. Good morning.
Good morning. None of us are used to being up this early.
Oh, definitely not. But hey, we're going to get through it.
Right. So let's go ahead and start off by y'all telling the audience your name and who you are.
Okay. My name is Christian Robinson, otherwise known as Kindafye, an entrepreneur, drummer, singer, and also much more.
Okay.
My name is Dekori Robinson. I'm an actor, model, SSU student.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show, both of you guys. So here at Transparency, y'all know I like to dive right on in. So you have a magazine called Defiant One's Teen Magazine. Can y'all tell us about it?
Yes. So we do have a magazine called Defiant One's Teen Magazine. It is a magazine for teens by teens that me and Christian created.
It talks about the latest entertainment, fashion, news, sports, and everything else that other magazines do. But what makes us different, or what makes us unique, what makes us defiant is the fact that we're talking about things that schools aren't teaching us as youth. So it's literally a magazine coming from the youth, for teens by teens. So we're talking about financial literacy, creating businesses, sex trafficking, bullying, mental and physical health and wellness. I mean, so many important things that the world is limiting us to because, there are a lot of things that we don't know as youth. And I can tell you right now that a lot of us feel that we are being limited to our dreams and our potential, but we're just not being taught the things that we need to. So we want to try to make a difference, make an influence in our community, and be the voices of change to inspire that.
Okay. So how did y'all come up with the name?
So this kind of came with the territory of what we wanted to create in the first place, which was something that, again, would make an impact, that we could make an influence. Me and my brother, your sons, we want to be people who are entrepreneurs who can make a name. So just when creating the magazine, of course, all the ideas had to come when it was presented. So the plan was to make something. It started with a dream, to make something that could create an impact from the youth, for the youth. So we were thinking, television shows, book series, something. But then the idea of magazine sparked between me and Corey. because it's something that we can keep relevant. It's something that we can attach ourselves to, but we needed to stand out. I mean, already as I like to say, young Black men were standing out, trying to be better and trying to create a name, but we needed to be different. We need to be rebellious of what society or what sometimes even ourselves said about ourselves, limited ourselves to. So
that made us come up with the name Defiant,
because we're
defying the odds.
Defying the odds of everything and everyone that limits us to who we can be and our potential, because nothing is limitless. I mean, the sky is the limit.
Okay, so I personally know this, but other people might know this too. You two are totally different. Y'all opposites. So, Corey, you're more soft-spoken. Christian, you are just like me. You're rah, rah. You know, I can tell this, you know, and I'm sure that the audience can tell this. Corey, you work more behind the scenes and you're semi-quiet. You're not super quiet, I know, but to most people, they think that you're very quiet. Why is that?
Why is it that we're total opposites?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I prefer to say what I need to say. You know, I don't like to talk extra, and if there's no need to say a bunch of things, then don't say it. You know.
You just
on the other hand, I'm just like you. I mean, let's be honest here. Between the look, the personality, I think we're just about twins. So I wouldn't say
I both got the glasses on.
I want to say it's because of her. But just like you know, I'm the energetic one. I can't say why we're different, but our differences is a good thing, especially being business partners.
Right. So how do y'all use that to your advantage of having opposites, different minds? Because Corey, you know, I see you work a lot behind the scenes. You come up with a lot of ideas and everything that you present to Christian. But how does that work?
So basically, me and him being opposites, but me and him also being family, being brothers, it's a blessing and a curse. You already know this. We fight a lot. We fight a lot about a lot of things, but that's because of our differences. Our differences are also what make the blessing in what we do. You know, anytime you go into business, anytime you go into anything, you need to have different perspectives. So me and him being complete opposites, I have some good ideas. He has good ideas. I have my strong points. He has strong points. And the good thing about it is being family, being brothers, we both know the balance between the two. So,
and whatever I'm bad at, he's pretty much good at. Whatever he's bad at, I'm good at.
Yeah. So whenever we need to create something, whenever we want to elevate, whether it's in ourselves or in business, I mean, we know how to do it because we live with each other, we can work with each other, but we also know our differences and our similarities, and we can just put it together to create greatness.
Okay. So Christian, you started a clothing line first. Can you tell everybody what your clothing line is? When did you start it, and why did you start it?
I would love to. So, this was back. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. This was back.
Long stories.
It won't be a long story. This was back in elementary, middle school. Basically, I was bullied for being myself, the upstanding, energetic, charismatic kid who would do literally anything to make anyone laugh and smile. The problem was I wasn't aware that people were laughing at me, not with me. So the detriment got me to a point where I felt like I lost myself. I didn't know who I was, my dreams, passions, goals, any of that. And of course, I was unhappy at the time. So I had to make the decision in myself that I'm not going to stay like this. I'm going to find what I like to call an element. And I'm not trying to quote Avatar here, but you know, earth, water, wind, fire. These elements are what make up life. So if elements are what create life, you can create your life. You can be your element. You can define yourself. So I took some time to re-realize or rediscover who I was. Who do I want to be? What is going to be my future? What are my dreams? What are my goals? What am I good at? What do I want to achieve? So this was me finding my element. And that is what my brand is. Find your element. It is an apparel line, but it's going to be more. It's an apparel line that basically spreads awareness of bullying, and also it's an inspiration to be yourself, because you are your greatest self. I promise you, if you just believe and you understand that you are an amazing person. So that's what FI is. I started that my freshman year of high school, so in 2017, and just look at it. 3 years later, now we're this, and business owners.
So how old were you?
I was 14 at the time.
I mean, let's just be real. You guys are super young to have all of these businesses and different things that you're doing. What inspires you? Who inspires you? Corey, you first.
Who inspires me?
Mm-hmm.
I would say you inspire me. You put the drive and the determination to push forward and keep going.
I would definitely have to agree. I would absolutely have to agree. You know, Mama, I'm going to just say you're a different breed. You're up every morning, late at night. I mean, everything you do and every action you take, we can see it. We live in the same house as you. So even just being on here right now, you know, it's a blessing and it's inspiration, because everything you do is just amazing. Oh. It is. And I mean, you already graduated from college, became a best-selling author, you know, in your college, Golden Key president. I mean, so much. You're an inspiration. But
and once COVID's over, you're going to go back to tours and going back to singing.
Yeah. So, I mean, first thing that comes to mind would absolutely have to be you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say. So, Corey, you are still working on your line. And when you went off to college, you had to slow down a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about what your line is going to be?
Yeah, so my line is going to be clothing, apparel too. And it's going to be called Defiant, because Defiant that means different. It's basically, you know, instead of wearing what normal people wear, it's going to be my own designs and things that I just like, and people who like it, they can pick up on it and ask to put stuff on it. They can customize it if they want, you know.
Okay.
A clothing line like that.
Okay.
Like a clothing line.
Okay. So what do y'all do for fun?
Anybody can tell you I'm a big
nerd, basically.
Nerd, Disney fan, movie fanatic, all these different things. I love listening and watching Disney TV shows, movies. Also a gamer. But what I mainly like to do for fun is interact with the community. I love social media, trying to get better at it, grow my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok influence.
Okay. And Corey, what do you like to do for fun?
For me, I like to do teenage things. You know, I like to hang out with my friends. I like to go places like huh?
You like to chase the girls?
No, I'm chasing no girls. Chase money. Yeah, that's how the girls come later. You know, focus on school and business.
Okay. So what would y'all tell other teenagers and young adults that are going after their dreams, that think that it's not possible because you're so young? Y'all have a lot of ideas. Thankfully, you have a mother that supports you, but it's a lot of kids that feel like they have ideas, but they can't get it out because no one's going to listen. They're so young. You know, a lot of different things come through their minds. So what would you tell those teenagers and young adults that are trying to get out there, that have big dreams? What do you tell them?
You know, it all starts with the dream. So even if you just have that, you're already on the right path. I'll tell you that right now. I think that the biggest thing that we have learned, and just being in the position we're in, is that when you have a dream, when you have a goal, you don't necessarily, it's good to have a plan, but if you don't have one, if you're strong enough in that dream and you have the drive to get there, you're going to garner support. That support is what's going to help elevate your mind. It's going to help elevate your dream to want to take more action, and that will only inspire an empire. You will raise the pillar as you go. As I said, if you have the dream, that's the first step. You're on the right path. So for all those people who just feel like they don't have the support, that feel like they can't do it, you can.
And eventually, like, if you have a dream and you have ideas, write them down. Always write everything that you think down, because it's going to show later, and you might forget it if you don't. So write it down, and then later in life, if you see a way to express those ideas, take a shot. Like, don't let it pass by.
Yeah, it's all about progression. Use every day, use every moment to elevate yourself, whether it's elevating your mind, reading, whether it's just putting a smile on your face to encourage your happiness, whether it's creating your business, taking that first step, actually starting. I mean, every day is a moment of possibilities. And as an entrepreneur, you have the mindset of business. That's what I want every one of you to realize, that you are a business. Every day you're selling yourself. Every day you're trying to put yourself out there as your best version. And you can only do that even more by starting and creating your greatness.
Okay. So, okay, let's keep this real. Y'all have never had like a traditional life. I've never been that soccer mom. Never. Never. Y'all have literally all your life grown up in an entertainment home where I've been on tour. I've been doing all these different projects and all these different things. What has it been like growing up in an entertainment home?
That is the question that no one ever asks. So thank you. Yeah, now the tea's out the pot. Growing up in an entertainment household, I mean, it's been a blessing for sure with everything that we've seen. You know, I literally grew up watching you behind the stage perform in front of thousands. I mean, just giving it your all. So, and then I come home and see you hard at work. It never stops. And that's the thing that also you have to realize. Being, young, being a teenager, and having a lifestyle like that, it's different. It's different from others. We don't always have the opportunity to do the things that we want just out of pleasure, because we have to think long term. We have to think, this is where I want to be. I can start it now. So this is what's important. It's all about priorities. So growing up in an entertainment household, it's amazing, but it's also different from everyone else.
Yeah, it's more difficult too, because you can't really do a lot of things that your age group does, because you're in an entertainment house. You have to focus on the future and work.
But you know what? At the end of the day, that's what's going to separate you from them. That's what's going to make you be the one that's on top while they're watching. So, hey.
Okay. So, Corey, you are now a freshman in college. What school do you go to?
Savannah State.
Okay. So, how have you transitioned between being a senior last year to now being a freshman on your own?
Well, it was a little bit hard because Corona. So we kind of left high school halfway and then just went to college on quarantine. A lot of people didn't even go to campus. But when I got up there, it wasn't too many people. You had to try to figure out your own way. They didn't really have good communication. That's just Savannah State. They don't do that. But you have to find your classes and find out where to go and log on, do your homework. It's a lot of balancing free time.
So would you say that it's a lot different from high school? What's the difference? What's the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is you're held accountable for everything. It doesn't matter if your teacher messed you up; it's still on you. That's the biggest difference. You're not gonna get help from your teachers unless they want to help. It's really on you.
Okay. And that's one of the things that you discuss in the magazine that a lot of teens and stuff don't talk about. They don't talk about SAT scores or getting into college. I mean, I remember when you was getting ready to go to Savannah State, you was kind of stressed out your senior year, one, because of COVID and you didn't really get to enjoy all of the senior activities that normal people have enjoyed.
Yeah.
But also you had a lot to think about because it is a big transition. As you found out, your scores at that time really did matter. That determined what schools you could go to. And it didn't really hit you until your 12th grade year where you start saying, oh shoot, this does really matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Christian, you're a 12th grader, so you're about to graduate. How are you handling, school right now, COVID? How you handling things?
Yeah, so as Corey said, it's definitely been different because of COVID. The good thing is, with Corey's situation, he got cut off halfway, but technically, I haven't had a normal senior year. So I go to Hillgrove High School. I'm a senior. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real, honestly, because of the circumstances. But it's great. Still being able to interact with my classmates and go through my classes. I feel like it really takes a level of responsibility to know that you have to hold yourself accountable, especially in this time. It's almost even like preparing yourself for college, because even though you have still some of the communication with your teachers and everything, you have to be responsible, especially doing online school, especially if you're going in person to school, keeping yourself accountable to be safe, to stay focused in your classes. So, I mean, my senior year of high school, it's definitely been a story. I'm only midway through. So, it's a blessing. I'm so glad to be able to be doing what I'm doing and still having the possibilities that I have. But, I kind of still do wish for more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you're not really experiencing, again, the senior year. Corey, you didn't really get to experience, all the senior activities, and Christian, because now you're a senior, you haven't fully experienced it. So I understand.
At first, they just said it was going to be a 2-week break and we was going to come back, and then
Life happens.
Bro, we were so excited for the 2-week break. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get 2 weeks off. Can you believe it?
I was at track practice. They were saying if we take a break, then we're not gonna be able to do track anymore because we're gonna be on quarantine.
Then 2 weeks turned into a month to 3 months to 5 months, and now here we are.
Yeah, and I've never seen half the people I saw at school again.
2021.
I'm probably never gonna see them.
So how stressful was that for you guys?
I mean, it was very stressful, especially, I'm trying to keep it professional, especially last year when COVID started. We were all the way halfway through school, and of course, it just got cut off. We were forced to be online. We've made major jumps in ways to manage that now, but I don't think anyone in any way was prepared for just what was to come. So even involving school, it was extremely hard running through your classes and managing your time, everything that it took to be an online learner. I mean, you're not used to that when you're not used to it. So even with anything, I think that COVID has affected all of us financially, mentally, sometimes physically. It's definitely been an experience, but hey, I think out of this, we're all gonna grow and have major changes because the world is different. It's never going to be the same. And that's also a good thing because now we're never going to be unprepared like we were. We're always going to be ready when something like this strikes again.
And it was pretty stressful for me too, because I was working 2 jobs to save up for college while doing school. And it was a lot of getting up, going to work, coming back, doing the schoolwork, and then going to sleep and repeating the same process. It was just kind of difficult.
That sound like you was on your own, like an adult.
Yeah, I was 18, trying to be an adult, trying to take care of myself.
Right.
We'll load off y'all, so y'all ain't got to pay for me. I pay for myself.
I mean, you don't fully pay for yourself, but
I said try.
I understand what you're trying to say. So how do y'all balance running a business with school and having fun? How does that work?
Well, in the heat of things, business comes first. I mean, this is just my personal approach to it. I see that in life, you need to have fun. You need to have great things that you enjoy, but you also need to have, again, your goal, your dream. And it depends on how important to you that is. To me, it's very important. I want to be able to grow this business, to grow this brand, all of the brands, like the magazine, for example. I see this right now. I see it in airports, in schools, in juvenile detention centers, all over the world to inspire young people of our age that anything is possible, that nothing is limitless if you defy the odds and you go after your dreams. So, I mean, balancing everything like this, it's definitely different. Let's say for a typical day. Wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, get ready, get dressed. Now it's online school, doing, podcast, magazine ads during the day, then working on clothing after that, then enjoying some leisure time, maybe watching TV, video games, and then it's to creating flyers and sending emails to potential clients, and that's a day for me. So, I mean, the balance is definitely a little bit more of a struggle, but again, it depends on your priorities. For me, it's business first, pleasure.
It's the same with me too. You have to focus on the business first. Whenever there's something that needs to be done for the magazine, you have to set aside anything that you're doing, do it, get it done, so the magazine can thrive.
So why is it so important to get this magazine out?
It's important because we're passionate about it. We are.
It's a good inspiration to a lot of people. Like it's high quality magazine. It's better than some out there. I'm gonna say that.
It's a great thing. We try to be professional. We're trying to be, we're trying to be legitimate businessmen. I think that just the amount of detail and the amount of work that goes into something like this, it may be a small business, but all it takes is one person to support it. All it takes is one person. If they can share it, if they can feel and share your dream, that's what's going to take you to the next level. We're passionate about this magazine because all we need is for someone to understand what we're trying to do, that we're trying to make a change, that we're trying to be a voice. And when that's understood, then everything can create greatness.
And you can reach more voices when it's out. It needs to be out.
You can reach more voices. You can inspire people. You can inspire people to inspire people. You see what I'm saying? It keeps going. It never stops. So we're passionate because we truly do want to defy the odds. Some would say that maybe, they say almost 80% of small businesses fail within 2 years. We want to defy those odds. We want to get past that 80%. We want to be on top. We want to have our magazine in the stores, in the airports, juvenile detention centers. We want to be a brand and a name and a business in ourselves with just our names and our legitimate businesses.
Okay, so let me clarify something or correct something. You're not trying, you are inspiring. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm inspired just listening to you guys, and I'm super proud of you guys. But I'm not just saying that because I'm your mom. I'm saying it on a professional level. You are inspiring a lot of people because, how old are you? You're 17, you're 19. You started when you was 14. Y'all actually started way sooner than that because you've been acting professionally as actors on TV and on commercials, SAG projects and everything since the age of 7, right?
Yeah.
So, y'all are doing a lot of major things and y'all are inspiring people that are your age. You're inspiring adults like myself. I get inspired by y'all every single day. When we first started the magazine and y'all came with the idea and everything, we had to figure it out. We was in here hustling. We was trying to figure out because none of us had ever did a magazine. We didn't know how to do designs. We didn't know how to do any of that type of stuff. So, there was some struggles at first, but, each time Each time you learn from it, you got better. You learn from it, you got better. You know what I mean? And now to see that y'all can successfully run everything on your own, and all I got to do is just look over it, make sure it's fine. Y'all growth is amazing to me. So you're not trying to inspire. You are inspiring people. It's just you want more people to know about the magazine. You wanted to get it out there more, but you are doing an excellent job. So who are some of the people that you featured in the magazine? I know y'all got what, NFL people? Like, what type of people y'all have in these magazines?
We have NFL people like Allen Hurts, who played on the Miami Dolphins.
We have people from Disney, Ellen, Nickelodeon, all facets of entertainment, sports.
Super Peach.
I mean, we are going all over the place. I think that it's important to, again, be diverse. So we feature people who are entertainers, entrepreneurs, sports people. They like to do makeup, fashion designers. We're talking about white, black, Latino, everything. We want to be diverse with everything we're doing. So we're talking to people, I mean, big names.
People of every race, every age. We're trying to walk in the age limit. We're trying to all success stories.
So let me just start naming some names, and you may all know. This is where we started. It started just in 2019 with Nova. He was from the Rap Game, as you know, on Lifetime's rap series by Jermaine Dupri. Then we came with our next magazine, Krishna, who is an amazing feature. As you all may know, the Backpack Kid, we've had him. We've had Super Peach. We've had the D'Ambrosio twins from Disney and Kids Bop. We've had Indy Star, also from Disney Kids Bop. Brianna Harper, who was just on Ellen. I mean, and featuring in an album with Alicia Keys. I mean, we've spoken to so many people, but that's only in our magazine. We also have a podcast called the Defiant One's Teen Podcast. It's a podcast that I host just about every week, talking to people like this, but also going further. In our magazine, we're speaking to teens and people, sharing their stories of people, teens and young adults. In our podcast, we're speaking to everyone. So we're talking to millionaires. We're talking to NFL stars, chefs. I mean, we are going all over the place, speaking about things that truly no one else would know. We're sharing their knowledge, their expertise, their wisdom, their successes, failures, everything they've accumulated in their life, and giving it straight to you so that you can understand and that you can grow and thrive from their stories. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, we're featuring people who are making a difference, who are defining who they are and defying the odds, because that is what it's all about all the time.
Okay. So what has been the toughest part of starting your own business?
Growing the brand. Growing the brand is still something we struggle with now. It's getting it out everywhere into the world. Because there's a lot of things out there that, like, when you search something on the internet, you see the first thing that pops up. You don't see the 2,000 more pages full of stuff. So it's hard to really have people see it and go for it.
It's convenient. Okay. It's convenience. There's about anything for anything. This is why most small businesses fail, because they aren't having enough growth in the time that they want, and they're giving up. We don't want to give up. Trust me, we are not going to give up. So the hardest part about what we're doing is definitely growth. It's a challenge getting your name out there. It's also, what's the word? It takes motivation. It's scary to put yourself out there. I mean, if we're being honest about it, you started a book telling your story. I mean, I'm sure you had some things that you're like, do I really want to put this out to the world? But, you have to. It's scary putting yourself out there. So definitely sharing our story and garnering support is one of the things that are hardest to it. But, of course, right now, just being teenagers, the hardest part personally is financial things, taking care of stuff in the background. But, again, you garner the support, it's going to keep elevating. You won't have to worry about that so much. It's going to come to you. All you have to do is manifest the success.
So speaking of support, how can people support your magazine? How can people support you guys?
That was a really smooth transition.
Then
What are you doing? So you can go to our website to purchase your online or physical magazine. You can learn more about us, become a sponsor, advertiser. If you'd like to submit yourself or a client to be a potential feature, all of that can be done on our website, which is defiantonesmag.com. Also, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Defiant Ones Mag. Again, that's at Defiant Ones Mag. You can find me, Christian kindafye Robinson, on Instagram and Facebook at kindafye. That's KINDAFYE.
You can find me on Instagram at DEKORI_.
well, I want to tell you too, young gentlemen, it has been a true pleasure speaking to you. I've actually learned some more new things about you. You know, I'm learning from you guys every day. So I'm very proud of you guys. But it has been a pleasure speaking with you. Again, everybody, this is Defiant Ones Teen Magazine. We're talking to the CEO founders. They are so much more than that. You also, before I go, you also are working on, you've now purchased some more things to start working on your clothing line and stuff in-house. So how important is it to invest in yourself?
Oh, investing in yourself is the biggest and most important thing you can ever do.
That's number one. That's number one.
Number one. I mean, just even having your dream is investing in yourself. Yes, we purchase things to create another business, a custom clothing business, but there's more information that's going to be coming on that later. Investing in yourself is the most important thing you can do. Again, reading, smiling. Every action you take is investing in yourself, whether you want to do that in a good way or a bad way. You are changing yourself every day. So definitely put your mind to it. Read, learn, talk to people, learn things that they know that maybe you won't. It's always important to grow. So investing in yourself is the biggest thing you can do.
Even saving up money, that's another way of investing in yourself.
Okay. So one more time, guys, can y'all tell these sponsors what y'all need? What do you need? Where are you trying to go? Because you never know who's listening to that, who might have that plug, who might know somebody else, who knows somebody else that can get you there. So tell the people what you want.
You never know who's listening. Guys, we are the founders of the Defiant Ones Teen Magazine and podcast. We are looking for sponsors and advertisers who can take us to the next level to get our magazine into stores, schools, airports, juvenile detention centers, and everywhere that it can be found so that we can elevate and we can thrive and we can inspire the people of today, that we can inspire the youth, that we can inspire every eye and ear that listens or sees what we're doing to be greater and to defy the odds and go for greatness.
We need people. We need sponsors. We need people.
Okay.
People who interact with us.
Yes. And also, I would like to say thank you to the people who are supporting us. I mean, you guys, bravo to you. Thank you so much for supporting our dream. And of course, we hope to continue to grow that. And we promise we will. We will bring you everything that we have.
Okay. One of the things that I do know, and I'm going to wrap it up with this one. One of the things that I do know is that you have definitely been getting support. You've been getting a lot of advertisers in the podcast and also for the magazine. So I also would like to say thank you to all of the sponsors and everybody that has been supporting the young fellows here for everything that they're doing. So drop us that email and website one more time, and we out of here.
Yeah, so our email is defiantonesmag@gmail.com. This can be found as well as everything else we've mentioned, our website, our magazines, about us, sponsorships, advertisers, submissions for being a feature, all of this stuff on our website, defiantonesmag.com.
Okay, so we out of here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. It's been a blessing.
Now we can all go eat. All right, and we're out of here, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in.